Hey folks, yep, we're still working. So it's still night 3 of the Street Stock Nationals. We had a lot of time tonight, and since I was already hot, wet, and nasty, we smacked into the wall a couple times. We got ran into pretty good by some very aggressive other drivers. And anyway, so yeah, going ahead and going through this front end, and checking the back end too. I had a right front wheel that was ruined. Anytime you ruin a wheel, you can just assume anything in here could be bent. So we're doing all of that tonight, and then turn around, and this video here will cover tomorrow night whenever we run. It looks like we're going to be in the non-qualifier feature. I'm not going to get a shot at the big show is what it's looking like. But regardless, we run a paying feature, and I think I'm not sure if it gets crate racing points or not. It may get crate racing points. But anyway, going through this and the shock, I actually took the cover. So the sticker, I rubbed through the sticker on the shock, because what happened, I got in the wall and it pushed this thing up so hard that it pushed my control arm all the way up, took the O-ring, pushed the O-ring all the way to the bottom, and got me, it touched the shock. But what we did is we just peeled the sticker back, got it in the light, and we could see that there was not actually any mark in the metal itself. So I got really lucky on this shock right here. Didn't hurt the shock, because this is the only 500. I had an 800 Gorilla Fist with me, but this was the only 500 Gorilla Fist that I had. So I'm going through that. I'm gonna pop these ball joints loose, make sure they're still straight. Pop the tie rod ends loose on them, make sure they're straight, and just gonna run the tow on the car. I brought the plates with me. So, and you know, I think I'm gonna calm this car down. I think I'm gonna go to a 1/2 inch tow out on this car, and see if tomorrow what that does for me. I mean, I got the laps, we're learning, we're getting faster. We're gonna try a 1/2 inch tow out on this car and see what it does. I think on this big, smooth, wide circle that's going completely black slick, you know, locking that front down, putting some scrub in the front of it, maybe it'll help me. I don't know, stick around, we'll see. All right. So we're going from this side toward that side, light on the pressure. Yep, just hold it down and just let it skim. You want to be on the front, not on the back. We're trying to push across this way. We're sharpening it out. The tire is going to hit the track this way. So we're making a sharp edge on that side. Just start over here and do like me.
Do like this?
Yeah, well, what you do is you're going to hold it until you know the tires come all the way around, and you're just going to kind of move over like, and just hold it still. Yeah, you just hold it still. And like I said, you're kind of holding light pressure. You'll be able to tell because you'll hear it overload the generator, okay? All right? Yep. Yep. You got a fresh line. Now watch. See that line show up? Now move over. All right, when you see it show up here, move over. Make sure you don't overload. That's fine. Kind of flatten it out a little bit. You gonna pull that one off?
Yes, sir, I will.
All right. Top trick pull. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Yep. I got it. Grab the impact. Throw up there and buff this off. We'll be good to go.
We headed to the racetrack. There's so many people here. Y'all look at this. Lots of cars.
replay here on StraightRacingUSA.tv. Everybody watching home, see it? Oh man, it looks like the 13 car. I mean, just pushing that J2. Oh, more involved. One car up and sideways. Mate, so we just talked about getting off of the fence. That is why. Hey, we wanted you to lead with your toes and your fingers, and that's exactly the reason why.
So that's it for me on the 2023 Southern Street Stock Nationals. That was the non-qualifier feature. You saw I started on the pole, dropped out. I had a couple of guys that I could not hold. That was pretty quick, that I fell back some. Really focused on getting my tires warmed up and trail braking. I wasn't trail braking immediately starting that race like I needed to. I have not trail braked as aggressively this weekend as I should have. It's kind of been racking, going through my notes, looking at like, what all have I done? What about my driving style can I change? What can I improve to make the car act better in this race? One of the things in my notes talking about trail braking on dry slick track, especially when you get down low on the track. And so I was like, yeah. So I had that in my head. I was remembering that. And so like, you saw when I started finally holding position and carrying more speed through the corner, I was literally locked in on the throttle, and I was taking my foot and I was just trail braking in, holding the motor down in the turn, and then lifting off. And I was maybe creeping the throttle down a 1/4 inch down the straightaway, and then just trail braking heavy. I mean, like when I was in the turn, you know, the motor was just, you know, hold it against the brakes. And, you know, and it was working if I could hit everything just right. Y'all hang on, I gotta turn this radio down over here. It's just going wide open. That's the race saver sitting there listening to what they're saying. That's the best way for me to keep up with the races. I just got a ham radio dialed into 454 where I can hear what they're telling them on the track. And I can keep up with what's going on and what race they're in and all that. A lot better than loudspeakers or what they say they do on the FM radio. No, that right there, like just having a radio dialed to the race receiver channel, that works really well for them because they really communicate on the race receivers down here in Whynot. And I appreciate that. That's a good deal right there. Anyway, sorry, it was loud. I had to cut it. So the trail braking was really working, and I could really tell, you know, if I could keep out of the holes, I could catch the brown, I could gain a little. I sat there and raced that 22 lap after lap after lap, and you know, it's like I was finally holding position, and the car was doing what I expected. So I was really happy about that. Felt like the car was just responding to me, what I was doing on that dry slick very well. And I've changed a lot of stuff. Even today, cranked 2 more rounds into the left rear. I put my big, medium, long acre 1.25 inch thick rubber on the right rear, back on the right rear spring, you know, to just add a little bit more weight to it, you know. Changed the tires around to put a little bit more stagger in the car on the front, just to push a little bit more bite into the car and kind of pitch the car over a little more. Just several things I changed, just trying to just throw the book at it for everything that could possibly help. You know, and you know, making a lot of changes is kind of scary, but like this is my last shot, and it was good. Now, I lost my GoPro, my in-car. Yeah, I had it, y'all, but it's out on that track somewhere. If I find it, we see that footage. If I don't find it, well, it's out on that track somewhere. I got hit so hard in the tail of the car that it literally knocked it right out of the case, out of the car. So it is what it is. Hopefully I'll find it later. And if I do, then you'll know, because you'll have seen that I had that in-car footage. But anyway, other than that, it's over with through the weekend. I am absolutely shot and wore out. I absolutely have a faster car right now than I have had all year. I am tickled to death, worth every penny and every minute I spent down here. Appreciate it. See you next time. Hey, subscribe, folks. This is good stuff.